The second round of the 2012 TMFactoryRacing.com Arenacross Series presented by EVS took place in Madison, Wisconsin, and some surprises happening out of the heat race as second place last week in Des Moines, Jeremy Shipley did not make it through, and then he eventually did not make it through the LCQ, so already a big shake-up set to be made in the points. Jared Seidhoff was able to make it out of the LCQ. He was third last week. And also last week disqualified from fourth place Juan Pablo after re-entering the track illegally, was disqualified from the results. So points were already shaken up and we were set to go for an interesting main event. In the second 250 main event of the season from Madison, Wisconsin, it was the big number 21 of Tyson Frisquez, this week riding a Suzuki, grabbing the whole shot ahead of Devin Johnson and a few others, and right off the bat the top four seemed to separate themselves from the group as there was some carnage behind them. But top five early on was Eduardo Simos until he went down, relinquishing that spot to Jared Seidhoff. And that was for fifth place at the time. Tyson looked pretty clean out front, and then Devin Johnson crashed out of second place, giving Alec Kattenberg second, and then Kellen Brauer got by for third. Then Alec gets into a lapper who comes back onto the track, which allows Brauer into the second place position at that point. Tyson was looking pretty clean out front, but came into some lappers trouble really early on, already dealing with heavy lap traffic here around the 6th or 7th lap of the race. Kellen Brauer then made the same mistake that Kattenberg did, getting into a lapper in the same corner, and that allowed Jared Seidhoff by into the second place position from fifth. Then Brauer, trying to avoid some carnage, blows the corner, and that gives Kattenberg the third place position back. Tyson looked really clean out front, but couldn't avoid the carnage himself and went down here with a lapper, which allowed Jared to close the gap relatively quickly. As you see Tyson going across the finish here, and not far behind him was the number 133 of Seidhoff in second place. And then here's a good battle between Cedric Alcey, Devin Davis, and Jack Roberts for the fifth place position. As you see, Roberts not too far behind Alcey and Davis. And then Kattenberg makes this mistake here where he comes up short on the finish line jump, and then that flip-flops the podium position yet again, as Brauer was not too far behind him. As you see a replay of it here, Brauer jumps over the finish, making the pass, but that battle was not done yet. Tyson gets into a lapper here, and that's the closest that Jared Seidhoff would get to him here, as he almost took the lead, but then had to roll the finish line, which put him further back again, and Tyson was able to hang on. Here's Devin Davis and Jack Roberts going at it through the whoops. Roberts would eventually make the pass. Juan Pablo, after his disqualification last week, was struggling this time and was outside of the top 10 in 12th right here. Then the Kattenberg-Brauer battle came to a point around the 20th lap of the race, and Kattenberg, you see, is going to cut under him here and make the pass going through the whoops and would hang on to the podium position. Jack Roberts was able to work his way around Devin Davis and get up into the fifth place position, but nobody was touching Tyson Frisquez in this one. Led all 25 laps in the main event yet again, and relatively cruising to a win, running the red plate on his Suzuki this week. So round 2 winner here is Tyson Frisquez, number 21, taking the win ahead of Jared Seidhoff and Alec Kattenberg on the podium, and Tyson just on rails as he always is, but has led every single lap of the season thus far, and it's not looking like he's going to slow down as you see the results here. Tyson ahead of Jared and Kattenberg, then Brauer, Roberts, Alcey, Mayer, Armstrong, Davis, and Simos in the top 10. Juan Pablo would eventually finish 11th, and then further down, for you guys not finishing the main event from this one. Here's the unofficial points after 2 rounds, with Tyson getting a full 50. Ahead of Jared in second, and Kellen Brauer in third, then Davis, Simos, Shipley, Kattenberg, Armstrong, Roberts, and Alcey inside of the top 10 heading into the third round of the season. So that'll wrap up the 250 main event here from Madison. Be sure to check back on vurbmotogamers for the 125 main event recap in the coming days, and be sure to check out the Arenacross Series if you already have not.
For daily motocross pro and am coverage, be sure to log on to vurbmoto.com, and if you like us, prove it.